Hello, friends. Okay, so I normally go live on my my other page, which is called Rayahope. So if you guys are not in that, make sure that you are in that. Okay, so hold on. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and post my shopping link right here in the comments. So you can find all the makeup I'm about to use right here pinned in the comments, rayahopebeauty.com. So you should go, okay, there you go. All right, I'm gonna share this. Share to page. Rayahope. Share to page. There we go. Post. So while I'm sharing, you should share. Okay. Cool. So many options. Thank you, babe. Good. Yes. Hi guys, welcome. So, yeah, like I said, normally I go live in my Rayahope business page, but I used to go live here on my personal Facebook page, so I just thought I would try something new today and go live here just to see what would happen, because I was curious. But if you are not following me yet, in my Rayahope business page, that's usually where I post most of my makeup tutorials, hair tutorials. I'll actually be going live over there in a little bit to do my hair, this greasy mess. So after my makeup, make sure you pop over there. In the description of this tutorial, so if you tap on my face, a little window will pop down and it will have like all the information where it says like, follow me on Instagram, here's the link to my business page, which is just called Rayahope. So you can either search that in the little search bar on Facebook and you just like and follow the page and that like opts you in. So you won't miss out on anything. So we'll go ahead and wait for a few more people to come on and then we'll get started. But today we're going to do the stick foundation as I'm holding the spray. We're going to do the spray foundation. Yes, this is my office closet. So we're going to do the spray foundation in the shade Taffeta today. I used the shade Lace in my last tutorial, and I was telling you guys before how incredible and how like versatile this foundation is. You can kind of play around with the different shades. So if your shade of foundation in a spray is out of stock, message me or just get the shade above or below your color. But again, you can always message me if you're not sure which way to go. So I used the shade Lace in my last tutorial, which wasn't yesterday but the day before. But today we're going to use the shade Taffeta, which is a very great neutral color. It's not too dark, it's not too light, not too yellow undertone. It's literally like jackpot. It's so good. So if you wear the shade Lace, Eyelet, Taffeta, or Chiffon, the shade Taffeta would work for you. There is also the shade Velour, which would work if you are the shades Tulle, Organza, or Velour, or Lace. So Lace can kind of go like multiple ways because of the undertones of your skin. So if you wear the shade Lace, you're in luck, because I feel like people who wear the shade Lace can really play around with the different colors. So like I said, just message me if you guys need any additional help or if you have any questions or if you need to be color matched, just send me a selfie. So on my skin right now, I have on two products that are so important with foundation, like so important. If you want your makeup to look good, last all day, and feel incredible on your skin, meaning that you can't feel anything at all, these two products are must-have. So this is the Touch Behold Setting Spray, and then this is the Mattifying Face Primer. Both are in stock on my website right here, rayahopebeauty.com. So what I do is I wash my face in the morning, I spray it with rose water, that's like my moisturizer. Then I go in with my setting spray and I spray this all over my face and I let it dry. After I let it dry, I go in with about a dime size, maybe a little bit less, of my mattifying face primer. And this is incredible for all skin types, whether you have dry skin, oily skin, you name it. It has a blurring effect in it, so it actually helps to disguise and blur fine lines, wrinkles, and large pores. There is no drying effect in this, so although it says it's mattifying, which it does make your skin have a really nice kind of blurred matte effect, it does not cause you to feel dry. So if you have dry skin, you can still utilize this this primer. So I go in with that and I let it sit on my skin for like 3 to 5 minutes. After I've let my primer set, in my skin. Then I'll spray again with my setting spray, and now this is going to set the primer, creating kind of like an even surface for it to sit on top of. So that is my pre-makeup routine. I swear by it. Give it a try. Let me know what you think. I promise you, you're going to be obsessed. Every person that's ever tried that pre-makeup routine, and let me hear it in the comments. If you've tried it and you love it, let me hear it, because it is so good. So setting spray, primer, setting spray. That's my pre-makeup routine. And now we're going to go in with the foundation. This is the spray foundation. It's been out of stock for months. They're finally restocking it. If your color is out of stock, you can still utilize one of the other colors that is in stock. Just message me and I can tell you what color to grab. Otherwise, you'll have to wait till June or July when they're also going to be restocking. So we're going to use the shade Taffeta, and we're going to apply it on a kabuki brush. So this brush, I don't know if it's in stock or not, and if it is out of stock, just message me. I have a dupe for it. It's not like a less expensive dupe, but it's the same brush pretty much that you could still utilize. So message me. All right, so now I'm going to shake up my setting or my spray foundation, and you're gonna hold it really close to the brush, like real close, like right up on there, and you're just gonna spritz like that, 2 little spritz, and then you're just going to start to slowly start applying. Let's shake this up enough. Okay, there we go. Here we are, we're moving. All right, so this is the shade Taffeta, you guys, and look at how beautiful that color is. It's not super orangey, it's not super dark or super yellow. I love this color. It is so neutral. It's so, so good. It really neutralizes redness. It is so lightweight on the skin. I'm going to show you guys one coverage versus the other so you can see the difference. Pre-makeup routine is crucial. It makes a huge difference. It so does. Yeah, setting spray, primer, setting spray. So when I do it, I'll usually do like 3 spritzes. And then this kind of matters with each person. You might want 1 spritz, 2 spritz, 3, 4, 5, whatever. It all depends on your preference of coverage, whether you like full coverage, light coverage, medium, you name it. It's gonna be different for everybody. So for me, I like to do about 3 spritz per like application, and I do 6 spritz both sides. Yes, isn't this color really beautiful? It's so, so nice. But again, I can use the shade Lace and I can make that work too. So I love that these colors are very versatile. You're not like stuck in a box. And I can help you figure out what colors go with what to equal out your skin tone. So that is one side coverage versus one side. Isn't that amazing? Look at that under eye. Isn't that incredible? Such fast, flawless coverage. It's not a matte finish or a dewy finish. It's more of a satin finish, and it feels like nothing is on my skin. Nothing. Another thing that I love about the spray foundation is it also has a cooling effect because it does come out of an aerosol bottle. So if you struggle with redness, under eye puffiness, or puffiness in general, inflammation, this also is going to help to decrease that while it applies on your skin because of that cooling effect. So if you struggle with any of those things, or I was actually reading some messages I was getting from women who have menopause, and they're like, this feels so good. I'm like dying. Inside, I feel so hot, and you put this on, you're like, oh, it's such a nice cooling effect. Charlene, the shade Organza for you. Okay, so then this side. So what I kind of do is I'll do like 2 to 3 spritz, and then I'll kind of like dab this around my face, and then I'll just like fine tune it. Just like this. But I love this coverage, and I love that it's not so full coverage that it hides everything all at once. Like you can still see my freckles, you can still see my skin underneath, but you can't see any of my imperfections, and you can't see any of my redness or discoloration. But I think my favorite part about this is it feels like I legit have nothing on my skin. And I really feel like it doesn't really look like I have anything on my skin. It doesn't look cakey, it doesn't look heavy, it doesn't look powdery. It's a spray foundation, so it's kind of in the middle of like a liquid and a cream. It's like a happy medium of the two. Yes, so refreshing. Okay. So now that we have on our base coat pretty much of my spray foundation, this is another thing that I really swear by doing is taking your damp blending bud. If you don't have these yet, you definitely need to. You're going to take your damp blending bud, and I'm just going to hold this really close, spritz it on there, and then what I like to do with this now is I like to really kind of fine tune this coverage. So I'm just going to kind of bounce this off all over my skin, and what this is going to do is it's really going to smooth out the coverage, and it actually bumps up the coverage, making it look even more full coverage. So we're just going to bounce this off our skin, and this is going to be a really crucial, important step if you have large pores or a lot of fine lines and wrinkles. This makes everything look super smooth. So make sure you go over your full face, and this doesn't matter what kind of foundation you're using, if it's liquid, cream, spray, whatever. The blending buds are so important. Yes, it does feel very much more natural. More natural. You can turn on the live notifications. If you click up in the bottom, or the top right hand corner, you can click that button and it will ask you if you want to turn on live notifications. You can also do that step. Okay, so now for my concealer, I'm going to use my Skin Perfecting Concealer in the shade Organza, and this is really going to bump up the coverage. It's going to hide whatever you got going on, whatever you need hidden, it's going to hide. So I'm just going to grab a teeny tiny bit more, and I always warm it up in between my fingers, and then kind of tap this on, and then now I'm going to go over it with the smaller blending bud. When you buy them, you get a large and a small, and they are damp, so I wring them underneath the water, and then I squeeze them till no water falls out, and that's when they're ready to use. So these are like different than your everyday beauty blender. These are different than the ones you would pick up at Walmart or Sephora or wherever. They're made from a different material. They're almost like a wetsuit material, it feels like. But they are a little bit more dense, so when you get them, you're going to be like, Rhea, you're crazy. These are so hard. But I promise you, the more you use them, the more they break in, and you will swear by these just like me. They really do bump up the coverage, making it look even fuller, even more gorgeous. If you don't get notified, you can always turn on the notifications, yeah. I did go live in a different spot today, so maybe that's why, but don't worry. I just wanted to try it to see what would happen, but I don't think anything major happened, so I'll go live in my other spot from now on, I promise. Okay, so now I'm going to set my makeup. I'm going to set it with my setting spray. I always spray this dry beauty blender, and then now I'm going to take my Touch Behold setting powder. And I always use a baking technique with this. So what I do is I'll just kind of like grab it on there and then make sure that you have no fine lines or creasing happening before you go in with this step, because once the setting powder goes on, it really is like setting it right where it's at. So if you have like a lot of little fine lines happening, it's going to set those fine lines. So make sure that you really kind of fine tune everything before you go in with this step. So like I said, this is going to set your makeup. It's going to draw out any of the natural oils. It's going to trap them so nothing is moving around. It's going to help to prevent transferring, helps to minimize the appearance of pores, but primarily it just basically sets it in place. So it's not going to be, it won't move at all. The concealer I use was shade Organza. How often should you change your beauty blender? So I use mine until basically they have holes in them. And I find that mine usually lasts around 18 to 24 months. So a really long time for only costing $17. And then you can use them, like I said, with any foundation option too. Alright, so I'm just sweeping away any excess because I don't want a ton of product on there. I just want like a very fine layer to absorb any of that oil that may try to push against my foundation. Should I use that step if you have crow's feet? You can just use less of it. So normally your setting powder will come like this. It'll have this little mesh plate on it. So what you'll do is you'll use like a fluffy brush like this, any tapered type of brush, and you can tap it into the product and then tap off the excess. And this again is going to be like to each their own. So you might want to play around with how much product you pick up on your brush. And then basically you'll just kind of like tap this in those areas and just really set it that way. So that's always another option too. But again, like I said, it's trial and error. So figuring out what, how much setting powder you need. Blending color is yellowish. It's probably just because I'm wearing a white shirt. Okay, so now for the rest of our coverage, I'm going to go over my pressed powder. With my pressed powder in the shade Taffeta on a big giant kabuki brush. And we're just going to go over everywhere with this. like I missed a comment. Hold on. Okay, maybe I didn't. Okay, so sorry. My pressed powder now is in the shade Taffeta, and this is also still in stock. It's the perfect neutral color, and this is going to really even out the coverage. So if you highlighted or if you use a setting powder, it's really going to disguise where those lines fall. So if there is spots that you can tell that you use like a concealer versus where you didn't, this is really going to smooth everything out. This also bumps up the coverage, making it even more full coverage. And it also creates this very gorgeous, almost porcelain doll finish. Yay, hi. Hard time finding my summer shade. I got the self-tanner to use, so I still need coverage for my face. Julie, message me and I can help. If you have super bad dark circles, message me and I can tell you what my little cocktail that I use for my dark circles is. It literally was like it is life-changing. It's for skincare though. For makeup-wise, the blending buds are a really big help, and also the concealer. Our concealer is the best with hiding dark circles for sure. Okay, so now for, let's see where we at, contour. Hey, so I'm using this spray foundation. I use the shade Taffeta, and then I just set it with my setting powder in the same shade Taffeta. If I wear the shade Lace and I use 10%, so what should I get for the foundation? Taffeta, Logan. Hello. Okay, so now for contour, we're going to use our same product, the Mineral Touch Pressed Powder, and this is in the shade Chenille. So I'm going to take it on my brush, and this is the tapered blusher brush. You're going to start at the top of the ear, working to the corner of the mouth, and then I just kind of glide this back and forth, just like this. And what this does is it really kind of warms up your complexion so you don't look so washed out. Also begins to give you that structure back to your face. So when we're not wearing makeup, we naturally have these like darks and light spots from the sun on our skin, which give us that bone structure and almost like a natural contour highlight. So when you put on a foundation, you're taking away all of that naturalness. So putting a contour is going to start to give you back that structure that you normally would already have. So when you don't contour and you're just using a foundation, you're causing yourself just an injustice. It's taking away that natural formed beauty of your face structure. So contouring is so important. Even if you don't want like a very bold contour, you can do it very subtly. So again, we're going to take, this is the Mineral Touch Pressed Powder, and this is in the shade Chenille. And we're taking it on a tapered blusher brush. Now for the jawline, just go around the jaw, just like so, from the top where it meets the ear all the way, and then I stop where my jaw is because I have a more like sharper jaw. If you had a more square jaw, you can go around it to contour that area as well. And then if you ever feel like your foundation is looking too light, or you feel like you see a harsh transition between your neck and your décolleté, you can take your bronzer and you can kind of smooth that out as well. You can even contour your collarbones. There's lots of options that you can do with that. Yes, for sure. Okay, so now for your nose, same exact product, same tool, except this time I'm going to squeeze the brush so it's thinner, and then I just run this down the sides of my nose. Now, if you have a longer nose, you can go underneath, and then I always do underneath my bottom lip to kind of create a shadow there as well, just like that. See that? Oh, so good. Yes, absolutely. Contouring is so important. And then I really love this product to contour with. I know it's technically a powder foundation, but because it is a foundation, it's actually made to blend. So it actually blends out much easier and faster than a bronzer in my personal opinion. So I've contoured one side of my face versus the other, just to show you guys the difference. Click the little thumbs up if you see a difference. Is that amazing? Oh, it's so good. Yes, if you need any help picking out your products, I know it can be super overwhelming, especially if you've never used a brand before, but that's why I'm here. So message me a selfie facing a window, and I can give you a full recommendation on what products to get. And there is always a love it guarantee. So if you don't love anything for any reason, you can just return it for your money back. So you could shop without worrying, but just message me and I can tell you what products to get. Sorry, and like where to like spend the money, you know what I mean? I dropped a brush. Okay, so now for blush, to give us some color back to our skin, we're going to use the pressed blush in the shade Sisterly on the blusher brush, and this color is hands down my favorite. I feel like a broken record because it's been the same color blush I've been using for like months. But if it's not broke, don't fix it. It's so good. It's the prettiest color pink. It gives you this gorgeous sheen to your skin, this like really pretty natural glow, and I love that the color isn't so bright or so dark that it looks like, whoa, a nice blush. It's just very natural. Isn't that pretty? Oh, it's so gorgeous. I'm going to message you. Yes, Stephanie, message me. I'd love to help. What do you recommend for shrinking your pores? The brightening face mask is incredible. Also, the refreshing rose water Taylor. What should you get? The same color concealer? So I always would recommend to go down one shade in your concealer, but it's not necessarily an awful thing if they matched. I just like a more of a highlighting effect on your under eye, which helps to hide dark circles the best. But again, feel free to message me if you know, or if you need help. Ramona, what was your question? And you can always message me. These comments are like flying and I only get to see 4 at a time. So if I'm missing your question, I'm not purposefully doing so. The best way to get help is messaging me. Let's communicate one-on-one here and not like in just a public platform. So message me, tap on my face, a little window will pop down and you'll see my name. Click on my name and you'll be able to send me a private message, like an email, and we can communicate like that. And I am always on my phone. I respond within 24 hours of every email, for the most part. I mean, I am human and I am a mother of 2, but you guys are my priority, obviously. Not over my children, that's not what I'm saying, but you guys get what I'm getting at. You guys, what you need is important to me. So I want to make sure you feel seen and heard and you get the help that you feel like you feel confident in. So just message me. Solange, I need all the help I can get. Yes, Mary, message me. I'd love to help you with hair. Is it top to know it link? Oh, my top. It's from Abercrombie. I will try to link this after I get off on my Instagram story. Core 3 minutes broken. Oh, good idea, Jill. Ready to order again? I will message you about 200. Yes, Leah, message me. Another color for velour powder would be the shade Camlet, Carolyn. I'm using the the Mineral Touch Pressed Powder in the shade Chenille for my contour. Okay, I think I caught up on most of the comments. What highlighter do you use? So this one right here is called the Touch a la Mode Luminizer. This is in the shade Lustrous. It's a cream to powder. So the cream to powder is really good if you have a lot of crow's feet or fine lines or wrinkles, because the cream will accentuate your fine lines, and applying it like I did with your finger, kind of like tapping it in, is going to melt the product into your makeup. So that is really helpful for a contour if you have a lot of fine lines. Otherwise, I really like the powder form, and this is in the shade Pearly. And I like to take it just like on a big giant brush, and then I'll pop this on the bridge and tip of my nose, see how it gives it that really pretty gleam. And then same thing over here, and I like to go right over top of that, but I don't like just stick to where I put my highlight. I kind of go all over with the cheek and the cheekbone area. Gotta lunge some products from here. Yes, message me if you guys need any help with launch or if you need any help with picking out products. If you are needing help customer service-wise, I don't have any access to that. They have an email at the bottom of their website. But if you need help picking out products or if you have questions on what to get, just message me and I would be thrilled to help you. I also have a link with them too. I'll post it right here in the comments. So that's my launch link right there. Your blush looks way too dark and heavy. Why is that? I would like to look more natural and not so painted. Do you do a tutorial? I do, Terry. I have many tutorials on all the different types of makeup looks. This is just what I prefer. And I also like to show you guys the color payout of the products. So you can do them as light or as dark as you want. It's all personal preference, but you can achieve a really gorgeous, glowy makeup look, but you can also achieve a very subtle look. I have all of these types of makeup looks saved on my Facebook page. I have smoky eyes, I have bronzy eye looks, I have neutral, you name it, I've done it. I've been doing this for 4.5 years. So if you want to search all of the different makeup looks that I've done, you want to go to my Facebook page, rayahope. which I pinned right there. I commented it. And you can search through all of the videos. You can also go to my YouTube channel, which is called rayahope there as well. And I have all of those saved there too. Yes, message me if you need any help. I have platinum blonde, dark brown hair. What should you recommend for a brow palette? I would do the medium for you, Leanna. Leanne? Sorry if I said your name wrong. What highlighter? I answered that. Okay. Thanks, Nicole. All right, so for brows, I'm going to use the brow pencil in the shade medium. But like I was answering someone earlier, the brow palette is also a super amazing option. If you especially are new at doing on your brows and you want them to look a little bit more natural, the brow palette's also a really great option. The only thing to make sure with the brow palette is that you get the Brow Artist brush. It's going to be under eyes and it's under the eye tool section, but you definitely want that brush with that product because it allows you to put it on much easier. Okay, so now for this side, I usually will just kind of structure my eyebrow. So I'll start like here in the front where I have all the brow hair, and then I'll take it up to the arch and then take it back down through the tail. And then where my tear duct is, I'll go straight up, and that's kind of where I know where to cap off the eyebrow, like where to stop it. And I'll just kind of draw a straight line down, just connect it. So it basically is like filling in the dots. So we outline and we color in, just like grade school. Now, I like my brows a little bit more structured, almost kind of more painted on, but if you just want just a really simple, more natural look, again, the brow palette would be the best option for you. But again, you guys can always message me if you need any help picking out your products or your tools or anything. Just started doing my brows with the liner. Why do people square off the front? So it's all personal preference. If you didn't want to square off the front, you can take your spoolie side and you can kind of just like drag it through, and this will lighten up the color. Just like that. So it's all personal preference on how you like it. I personally like it because I just love that structure. I love that framing of my face. So for eyes, I'm going to use my eyeliner in the shade Perfect, which is just a black. And this is my favorite eyeliner. It's only $15 and it stays where you put it. It doesn't smudge or smear, build up in your tear duct. And I will just apply that on the outsides of my waterlines, like so. Just like in this outside corner is what I mean. And then now for this really pretty eye look, we're going to do kind of like a reddish, fun eye look. It's going to be like a brick red kind of. Okay, so for our eyes, first off, I'm going to take my quad palette. I really love our quad palette options because they're totally customizable. You get to pick all of the colors of these. So what we're going to do is I'm going to take the shade Gingerly right here, which is like a caramel brown, on my fluffy crease brush. And I'm going to use this color to start to smoke out this eye look. So I kind of work backwards when I do my eyeshadows. I like to do my transition color first. So I'll go in with the fluffy crease brush, and again, this is in the shade Gingerly. I'll take it on here, and then I will swirl it in the outside corner and then bring it inward towards the inner corner and then work upward. And all the while, I'm kind of doing this motion, just small, small, small circles. The name of the eyeliner is the Precision Eyeliner, and it's in the shade Perfect. It's going to be under eyeliner right here on my website, rayahopebeauty.com. I try to square off, but I can't get it right. Practice makes better, I promise. But the brow pencil really does help. If you don't have that, grab this brush. Let me find it. Here it is. Okay, this brush is really, really helpful for squaring off your brows. It's the Brow Artist brush. See how it's angled like that? What you do is you tap it in your color, and you would literally just press it just like this. Press, press, press to create a square, and then you'll fill in. So same way that you would do it with your pencil, just that's how you do it with a brush. Thank you. Name of the color of your palette. Yes, this is a great palette for blue eyes. So this is Covetous, Gingerly, Nonsensical and Visionary are the colors. My favorite tattoo, I think is this one. It's a little girl on a tire swing. It says, "Let it be." That's my favorite one. Okay, so for this eye look, back to eyes. I feel like we're pretty much blended and we're pretty much there. So what I'm going to do now is so important when you're doing your eyeshadow as well. So you're going to go back and forth like this, and then you want to kind of massage through the eye like zigzag. So I always say this, if you've been watching me for any amount of time, we say rainbow, rainbow, zigzag. Rainbow, rainbow, zigzag. So you want to keep that kind of motion in mind when you're doing your eyeshadow. So now we're going to go in with this color right here, which is the shade Nonsensical. And I'm going to grab it on my same exact brush. And I'm just going to focus this color in this outside corner. And I'm going to follow the lash line. And then I'm going to follow the brow line. So it just kind of creates some depth in this outside area. And then swirl. And the pressure in which you're pushing really, really does matter when it comes to eyeshadow. If you're shoving this in, or if you're all choked up on your brush, it's going to look much darker than it should be, as opposed to if you're holding your brush towards the back, and if you were kind of grazing your eye with just the tips of the brush, rather than like the whole brush itself. So just keep in mind that, how hard am I pushing? If something isn't looking right, you're pushing too hard. So how hard am I pushing my brush? Okay, so now that we have Nonsensical on, now I'm going to go in with this product right here. I love it. Okay, good, Anna. I'll message you back as soon as I get off. So this is the liquid eyeshadow in the shade Willed. And it is the most gorgeous, like brick red. And I'm going to focus that on the inner corner and then slowly start to work upward and outward. And then now I'm going to take my cream brush and I'm just going to pat this product on, and this is going to blend it out really, really beautifully. And when we get to the crease, I'm just going to kind of carve that out like that, and then feather it out towards the outside corner, just like that. And then same thing on this side, we're going to do the same exact thing. What's cool about the liquid eyeshadows is that they are smudge proof, they are crease proof. There's matte colors like this one. There's shimmer colors, or like a metallic-y color. It's not like a glitter or anything. But they are so easy to use and they are so pretty. But I love most about them is how smudge proof they are. So if you struggle with your eyeshadow fading or showing up at all on your eyelid, or staying in place if you have oily eyelids, or if you have a lot of fine lines and wrinkles on your eyelid, this product is the business. It's so good. So good. You're like a wizard. I think that's been my favorite comment ever. I sent a selfie for you to color match this morning. Yes, perfect, Susan. I haven't gotten my messages this morning, but as soon as I get off here, I will be going through them. Okay, so now I'm just going to build up this color by doing just a little coat on top. But you don't have to, again, if it's not what you want. But I'm going to just build up this color a little bit. And again, I'm just kind of like patting. Patting. Just like that. Isn't that pretty? Okay, so now what I'm going to do is we're just going to... Oh, that's funny. Okay. Now I'm going to take my fluffy crease brush and we're going to go back in with Gingerly. And I'm just going to very light-handedly go over these transition lines. Yes, everything I've used so far is matte. No shimmer, no glitter, no nothing. So Nonsensical is out here in this outside corner. The shade Gingerly is out here on the crease. And the shade Willed is on the eyelid. Alright, now I'm going to take my liner side. So this brush is the bomb. It's liner shader brush. You get two sides. So we're going to take the liner side and I'm going to take Nonsensical. Yes, Willed. I'm sorry. I don't know what I said. Nonsensical, Gingerly, and Willed is what I have on. And now we're going to take Nonsensical and I'm just going to drag this underneath the lower lash line and just going to kind of give it more of that smoked out, cohesive, finished eye look. Just like that. Ta-da! And same thing on this side. This brush is the best for doing this. Kind of go in from the inner corner, and so I'll kind of work from outer corner and stop, and then inner corner and then stop, and then I'll kind of connect the two right here in the center, just like that. Yes, so Willed is on the eyelid. Yes. Okay, so now that we've done that, now I'm going to do one more step. I'm going to take the crease brush and I'm going to grab the shade right here, Visionary, on my crease brush, and I'm just going to dab this on the inner corner of my eye, and this is just going to give it a little bit of like zhuzh. Make our eye look pop just a little bit more. Just like that. Did I never tell you like that trend? I have gotten that before, actually, when my hair's a little bit longer, like hers. I love her, so I'll take that as a compliment. Self-tanner, yes, self-tanner's the bomb. All right, so now I'm going to use the fluffy crease, I'm sorry, this is called the blending brush. I'm going to use the blending brush, and I'm just going to massage this on this outside corner just to soften these lines up and make it look real melted. Okay, so eye look is done. Now what I like to do, and this like is so helpful with all eyeshadow tips, take an empty brush, empty fluffy brush, and then I'll just sweep away any eyeshadow that may have fallen. But then I like to take my blending bud and I will just very firmly and briskly bounce this off underneath my eye, and this is going to pick up any eyeshadow that may have fallen. And if your outside lines are ever looking really harsh, you can always kind of bounce that off like that and it will soften them up as well. All right, so eye look is done. Now I'm going to take my setting spray and we're going to set our makeup, which is so important to do. It takes away the makeup-y look, it takes away the powdery look, it makes everything just flow, and it also is going to help prevent transferring. It does so much to your skin. If you ever feel like your makeup just looks like it's sitting on top of your skin, 1, blending buds, 2, setting spray. Both of those really help. If you have really dark pigment underneath your eyes, you can always use a color corrector like this one. By Maybelline's a really good one. Message me and I'll give you the link to that. But our concealer is really good. So if you haven't tried the concealer yet, I highly recommend that. So that would probably be my first recommendation to you, would be concealer. Also, the blending buds really do help to make everything look a little bit more thicker coverage, so that would also really be helpful. So blending buds, again, save the day. Okay, so now I feel like I have a hair stuck to my face. I do. There. Okay, so now for eyes, we're gonna do the lash primer first. And this lash primer actually just won like a bunch of awards, which is really cool. But lash primer, just like it's a crime not to prime your face before your foundation, the same goes for your eyelashes. Priming your eyelashes not only helps to give them even more length and volume, but it also helps to hydrate them, which helps them become stronger and helps to slow down the cycle of hair growth or of hair turnover with your lashes, which actually helps your lashes look longer and fuller longer. So it does a lot. So make sure this is on your wish list. It's a must-have for show. Okay, so now for mascara, we're going to do the 4D, and this mascara is, again, one of those like must-try products. It's so incredible. It gives you really incredible length, but also really incredible volume. So how I like to apply it is I like to go from the base of the lash all the way up, just like this, and kind of blink onto the wand. And then I like to kind of work on the inner, the outer, and then I like to kind of graze this on the back side of the lash. So now that we've done one coat on that side, I'll move over to this side and do the same thing. But what's also really cool about this mascara is it has fibers and gel infused in it. The fibers don't fall out at all. As you're applying it, the gel wraps the fibers around each lash. So it gives that really great fullness to each lash instead of just kind of clumpiness. And then again on the back side. And then once you've done the base coat just like that, which already looks incredible, what I like to do And I've had this mascara, I'm not exaggerating whatsoever, for almost 6 months. And it's like still like moist. I hate that word, but it's true. Now, if it's brand new, something you need to keep in mind is it comes out like pumping. That's probably part of the reason that I am still having this product after so long. So wipe off a lot of that product if it's brand new. Okay, so the second coat, what I like to do is I like to kind of push my lashes upward, which helps them to kind of fan out, which helps them to curl and look even more dramatic. So be very intentional. So you're like pushing each lash up like that. Then same thing on this side. And then you could do as many coats of this as you want without it looking clumpy or looking spider leggy or anything like that. It's very buildable. Okay. Look at that. Isn't that crazy? This mascara, you guys, is the best. And if you're new at Younique, if you've never like tried this brand before, highly recommend grabbing a few simple products that you know you can test out and really get a feel for the company. So like the mascara is a really great one. The lip liners are really amazing. The foundation is really good. So you can always message me if you don't want to invest a ton of money. I get that. So just message me and I can tell you what products to try to get like a really good feel for the brand. I also can give you like a full recommendation on like, these are all your shades. This is all the products I would recommend for you. So you can slowly kind of build off your cart. So it's kind of like a shopping list for you. Yes, I use the Esteem Lash Serum every single night before bed. It's the best lash serum. It's so good. I'm not in a daily makeup wear, but when I do, I like full face. I find that my eyes want to water so bad. Sometimes it's just one eye. That's totally normal, Shelby. So something for you to keep in mind. So your eyes are going to be more sensitive to powder. So that's why your eyes water is because you somehow get powder in them. So making sure that you're using clean brushes, making sure that you tap off your brush before you apply any eyeshadow or any makeup near your eye is really going to help. The blending buds are also going to be a life-saving thing for you, or makeup saving, I should say. But that's really, really good too. Julie, message me. I can help you get that order through. Might be just like a simple glitch. Do you use the lash serum all over or at the base? So Kelly, the lash serum, you're going to apply at the base like this on the back side and the front side. Awesome. Thanks, Sarah. Okay, so now for lips. We're going to do the lip liner in the shade Prudent. It's clearly my favorite color. I love it. It's creamy. It glides on. It's like $15. So I'm going to take my lip liner and line my lips with this. And this is the perfect lip liner for overdrawing. It's creamy, it glides on, and then I'm going to feather it through. Just like so. Same thing down here. And I love that these lip liners are smudge proof. So if you're not like a big makeup wearer or a big lipstick wearer, lip liners are a great product to try to kind of ease yourself into wearing lip products. Because they won't look so intense as a lipstick. And also if they're smudge proof, you don't have to be worried about them coming off on everything or everyone. And it gives you a really good feel of wearing something on your lips because it doesn't feel so heavy like a lipstick does, but it still gives you a little bit of color. So lip liners are such a good like trick to be able to wear and get used to wearing something on your lips. So that was Prudent, which is a really great color for wearing every single day. So now I'm going to take my lipstick in the shade Affluent. This actually gets restocked on the 18th of this month, so like in 5 days. So I wanted to use it because it's one of my favorite colors. It is so pretty, so creamy, looks good on everyone. And it's not like super nude, but it also isn't like too pink, too purple, too nothing. It's perfect. I always love to kind of massage that out. Isn't that pretty? Just a very good everyday color. Yes, so good. Yes, exactly, for sure, about the watery eye comment. Yes, the lip liners are the best. Yes, absolutely. I used Unique for a long time, but I think I need to clean my brushes somewhere often like that. Yes, for sure. Yes, definitely cleaning your makeup brushes at least once a week would really, really help. So my lips are the lip liner in Prudent and the lipstick in the shade Affluent, which Affluent gets restocked on the 18th. So that will be on my website right here, rayahopebeauty.com. And then like I said before, if you guys need to be color matched, if you have any questions on what products to get, just message me a selfie facing a window and I can give you a full recommendation. If you guys haven't yet, make sure you click that share button in your bottom left hand corner. And then I will upload this full makeup look onto my looks tab on my website, which if you go to the looks tab and you search for Raya Hope, all of my makeup looks will be there from the past like 4 years. I also wrote the caption right here for it, so this little website right there will also take you to the looks tab too. The face mask scrubber. Jamie, message me and I can give you the link to the Cora 3. That's not by Unique. Yes, it's so pretty. Oh, it's so good. So I'll message you if you guys need anything, and I will see you guys probably in like 5 minutes to do a little hair tutorial on my Raya Hope page, which again, that link is going to be right here. So if you don't follow me on my Raya Hope business page, make sure you go like and follow the page, and I'll see you guys over there in a little bit. Bye.